Dear students, in this video you are going to understand the first lesson, that is A Tiger in the House by Ruskin Bond. Now know about the author. He is Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond was born on 19th May 1934. He is an Indian author of British descent, means their origin is Britain. His first novel, The Room on the Roof, received the John Llewellyn Rice Prize in 1957. He was awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1992 for Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra, his novel in English. Bond has written hundreds of short stories, essays, novels and books for children. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and the Padma Bhushan in 2014. He lives with his adopted family in Landour, Missouri. This is about our author Ruskin Bond. Now before starting our lesson, let us discuss the pre-reading activity, children. Listen to me carefully. Here in this picture, what you can see, children? Yes, a forest god. And what are there in his hands? He is holding a pair of cheetah cubs in his hands. Poor things, the little cheetahs. They were abandoned by their mother. Why did she do that? Do you know? No, right? We don't know. But what will this man do with them? Can you guess? Yes, he will take them to his officer who will send them to a veterinarian. Veterinarian means who treats the animals, right? For a checkup. The doctor will tell their age and the stage of their health. Perhaps he will also tell them whether they are cheetahs or leopards. Do you know that in olden days people trained cheetahs to hunt deers? But what will happen to these poor cubs now? Those were abandoned, right? So he will take them, he will hand over to the officer and that officer will take them to the veterinarian and he will check their health, right? So after checking up their health, finding out whether they are cheetahs or leopards, those will be sent to any zoo or they may be left in any forest. Right, children? Now I will tell you the differences between cheetah and leopard. Here know the differences between cheetah and leopard. Leopards are shorter at their shoulders comparing to cheetahs, and the male one can weigh 60 to 70 kgs. And cheetahs are taller at their shoulders comparing to leopards. And male one can weigh 54 kgs only. And leopards have tubular tail, and here cheetahs have straight tail. And leopards, if you can check its spots, those are circular, and here cheetahs have only single spots and black color and clear, those are, right? Next, leopards hunt at night time only than daytime, but cheetahs hunt daytime than night time. Okay, children? Now know the new words, children. Abandoned means left completely and forever. Veterinarian, doctor trained to treat sick animals. Expedition, journey for a certain purpose. Tempting, attracting. Mongrel, dog whose parents were of different breeds. Spring, move quickly or jump. Ridiculously, funny or absurd. Absurd dashers, a sudden quick run that looked funny. Amusement, something that Timothy enjoyed doing. Crafty look, cleverly deceitful look. Retriever, retriever means middle-sized hunting dog. Gave a wide berth, stayed at a safe distance. Prophetic manner means manner of saying things in advance. Fringed, here extremely disturbed. Next, stalk means follow quietly as if hunting. Had been interned, having been put under restriction. Snarled, showed the teeth and made a deep angry noise in the throat. Alarm, fear, testily, impatiently. Realized, understood and believed. Increasing relish, more and more liking. Next, scornful look, look of disrespect. Now let's move to the lesson, children. First paragraph, Timothy the tiger cub. Here the Timothy the tiger cub was discovered by grandfather on a hunting expedition in the Terai jungle near Dehra. At first the tiger cub, who was named Timothy by grandmother, was brought up entirely on milk given to him in a feeding bottle by our cook Mahmud. But the milk proved too rich for him and he was put on a diet of raw mutton and cod liver oil, to be followed later by a more tempting diet of pigeons and rabbits. So here, children, where did grandfather find the tiger cub? In Terai jungle near Dehra. At first the tiger cub, it was named by grandmother as Timothy and they brought it up as their child. Right. And in the beginning it was brought up entirely on milk. But later it was proved too rich, means too fatty for him. Okay, the cook Muhammad used to feed it, right? And he was put on a diet of raw mutton and cod liver oil. Here, cod liver oil, it is a supplementary diet which is collected from a type of fish, cod fish. And later to be followed by a more tempting diet of pigeons and rabbits. Tempting means here very attracting for Timothy. What diet is that? Pigeons and rabbits. Move to second para, children. Timothy was proved with two companions. Toto, the monkey, who was bold enough to pull the young tiger by the tail and then climb up the curtains if Timothy lost his temper, and a small mongrel puppy found on the road by grandfather. Okay, so here Timothy was provided with two companions, two friends here. Who are its two friends? Toto, the monkey, okay, who was bold enough, okay, it is courageous enough to pull the young tiger by the tail and then climb up the curtains if Timothy lost his temper. Here in the picture you can see, children, okay, Timothy, Toto, the monkey and puppy, okay, small mongrel. A small mongrel puppy it was found on the road by grandfather. So now all these three became friends. Third paragraph. At first Timothy appeared to be quite afraid of the puppy and darted back with a spring if it came too near. He would make absurd dashes as it with his large forepaws and then retreat to a ridiculously safe distance. Finally, he allowed the puppy to crawl on his back and rest there. So, in the beginning, Timothy used to feel afraid of that mongrel puppy, and darted back means it used to move fast back with a spring, means like jumping. If the puppy came too near to Timothy, it used to jump back. He would make absurd dashes. Absurd dashes means improper, okay, inappropriate dashes at it with his large forepaws. And then retreat. Retreat also move back, okay, move back to a ridiculously, funnily, to a safe distance. Finally, he allowed the puppy to crawl on his back and rest there. But finally, they became friends and Timothy allowed the puppy to crawl on his back and rest there. In this picture, you can see. Next, fourth paragraph. One of Timothy's favorite amusements was to stalk anyone who would play with him. And so when I came to live with grandfather, I became one of the tiger's favorites. With a crafty look in his glittering eyes and his body crouching, he would creep closer and closer to me, suddenly making a dash for my feet, rolling over on his back and kicking with delight and pretending to bite my ankles. Okay, see children here. So, Timothy's favorite amusement. Amusement means what Timothy enjoys a lot. What it was to stalk means follow quietly as if hunting anyone who would play with him. And so, when I came to live with grandfather, here I refers to author. Okay, when the author came to live with grandfather, he became one of the tiger's favorites. With a crafty look means cleverly deceitful look in his glittering eyes, shining eyes, and his body crouching like in relaxing position, he would creep closer and closer to the author and suddenly making a dash for his feet, rolling over on his back and kicking with delight means with happiness and pretending it acts like it was biting his ankles. So here you can see in this picture children, okay, the author is playing with Timothy, right? Fifth paragraph. He was by this time the size of a full-grown retriever, and when I took him out for walks, people on the road would give us a wide berth. When he pulled hard on his chain, I had difficulty in keeping up with him. His favorite place in the house was the drawing room, and he would make himself comfortable on the long sofa, reclining there with great dignity and snarling at anybody who tried to get him off. So, he was by this time the size of a full-grown retriever, and when I took him out for walks, people on the road would give us a wide berth. See, when the author visited his grandfather's house, at that time it was full-grown retriever, like it was full-grown hunting dog. And when the author took Timothy for walks outside, people on the road would give us a wide berth. Means they started to maintain a distance, to maintain a safe distance from the Timothy. When he pulled hard on his chain, I had difficulty in keeping up with him. When the author pulling its chain, it is so difficulty because Timothy was grown up now, right? In keeping up with him, he felt so difficulty. And his favorite place, what was that in the house, was the drawing room. In this picture, you can see children. And he would make himself comfortable on the long sofa. Here on this long sofa, he would make himself comfortable. See, reclining there means sitting in a relaxing position with great dignity, with great pride, and snarling, showing his teeth and snarling at anybody who tried to get him off. If anybody tries to get him off from that sofa, he would snarl at them. So in this picture you can see children, the author a little bit used to feel difficulty while pulling up back. And see here the children, all the people are maintaining a safe distance from Timothy, right? Because it was fully grown at the time. Now move to 6th paragraph, children. Timothy had clean habits and would scrub his face with his paws exactly like a cat. He slept at night in the cook's quarters and was always delighted at being let out by him in the morning. So here see children, Timothy had clean habits also. What were those? It would scrub his face. It was clean his face with his paws exactly like a cat. How the cats does like that. Our Timothy tiger cleans his face, okay, using his paws. He slept at night in the cook's quarters. Who was the cook? Who was the cook? Yes, Mahmud. And was always delighted. It felt happy at being let out by him in the morning. In the morning, he used to go out, okay, with that cook. Next, 7th paragraph, children. One of these days, declared grandmother in her prophetic manner. Prophetic manner means in advance she said what, like she warned what. We were going to find Timothy sitting on Mahmud's bed and no sign of the cook except his clothes and shoes. Why she warned like that? One day we are going to find only Timothy sitting on Mahmud's bed. And there will be no signs of the cook except his clothes and shoes. Why? Because as Timothy was grown up now, okay, grandmother warned them that one day Timothy will eat the cook Muhammad also. And okay, it will only sit on Muhammad's bed and there will be no signs of cook except his clothes and shoes. She warned like that. Next, 8th paragraph, children. Of course, it never came to that, but when Timothy was about 6 months old, a change came over him. What was the change? When it became 6 months old enough, he grew steadily less friendly. It became less friendly. Okay, what it started doing, when out for a walk with me, he would try to steal away to stalk a cat or someone's pet picnics. Picnics also means like pet dogs, children. So what it started doing, it started to steal away to stalk, hunt a cat or someone's pet dogs. Sometimes at night we would hear fringed cackling from the poultry house, and in the morning there would be feathers flying all over the veranda. Okay, so at nights also sometimes they used to hear fringed means disturbed sounds from the poultry house. Okay, so what were there in the poultry house? Hens, right? So in the morning there would be only feathers lying all over the veranda. So that means during the night time it used to eat the hens, right children? Okay, as of course as it is the wild animal tiger, okay, it eats other animals also, right? So here it was eating hens at night times. Timothy had to be chained up more often, so that's why they were chaining up it more often. And often when he began to stalk Muhammad about the house with what looked like villainous intent, grandfather decided it was time to transfer him to a Jew. Okay, so this time when it started to stalk means to hunt Muhammad also, okay, in the house. So at the time grandfather decided, so it was the time to transfer Timothy to a Jew, okay, because it started hunting, okay, hunting the cook also and other people on the road also, and it looked like a villainous intention, right? So grandfather decided to leave Timothy in a Jew. So let us see what happened later. What did grandfather do with the tiger? 9th paragraph, children. The nearest Jew was at Lucknow, 200 miles away, reserving a first-class compartment for himself and Timothy. No one would share a compartment with them. grandfather took him to Lucknow, where the Jew authorities were only too glad to receive as a gift a well-fed and fairly civilized tiger. So here see children, where did he live? The grandfather, the nearest Jew, he found the nearest Jew at Lucknow. Okay, so that was 200 miles away from their place. Okay, so he reserved a first class compartment for himself and for Timothy. Why no one would share a compartment with the tiger? Yes, of course, right. Grandfather took him to Lucknow, where the Jew authorities were too glad, means the Jew authorities were very happy. Why? To receive as a gift. Okay, the tiger, our Timothy, to receive it as a gift. They were too happy, and that too our Timothy, our tiger, was well fed and fairly civilized. Tigers also, it had some clean habits also, right? Well mannered. Next, 10th paragraph children. About 6 months later, what happened? See, when my grandparents were visiting relatives in Lucknow, grandfather took the opportunity of calling at the Jew to see how Timothy was getting on. I was not there to accompany him, but I heard all about it when he returned to Dehra. See children, so here this is the second time when grandfather visited Timothy. Okay, for the second time after he left that in a Jew at Lucknow. Now again, okay, second time he got the chance to go and visit. Okay, how grandfather was going to visit his relatives in Lucknow. So at the time he thought that he can visit Timothy once again, and he will come to know how Timothy was getting on in the Jew. But our father was not there, okay, to accompany him. Our father did not go with his grandfather. But later he heard everything about Timothy when grandfather returned to Dehra. So what did grandfather tell our father after returning from Lucknow's Jew? See children. Okay, 11th paragraph ma. Arriving at the Jew, grandfather made straight for the particular case in which Timothy had been interned. Interned means it was put under restriction. Now it hasn't any freedom, right children? The tiger was there, crouching in a corner, well grown and with a magnificent striped coat. Who was the tiger when grandfather visited the Jew? Okay, for the second time, see, straightly grandfather went to that cage, that particular cage where Timothy had been interned, means put under restrictions. The tiger was there, how crouched, okay, in a corner. It sat in a corner, full grown and with a magnificent means beautiful striped coat. You know, I already explained, right? The tiger approached the bars. So on seeing grandfather, the tiger approached the bars. Here see children, you can see in the picture, the tiger approached the bars of the cage, okay, on seeing grandfather, and allowed grandfather to put both hands around his head. You can see in the picture how grandfather held his hands around Timothy's head, and grandfather stroked the tiger's forehead and tickled his ear, and he stroked the tiger's forehead and touched his ear, and whenever he growled, smacked him across the mouth, which was his old way of keeping him quiet. So usually in the case it used to crouch. Crouch means bending the knees and bringing the upper body straight forward children. So in that position it used to sit in that cage. Okay, and at that time it was full grown and with magnificent striped coat. Okay, see here you can see black stripes, like black lines on its coat, like a coat. Okay, and on seeing grandfather, it came to the bars, lines of the cage, and it allowed grandfather to put both hands around his head, and grandfather also stroked the tiger's forehead and touched its ear, right? And whenever it growled, okay, makes noise, okay, and smacked him across the mouth. See, he was trying to close its mouth, okay, and it was their old way. Grandfather used to do like this when it growled at them, right, in the house. So like that, now he was also closing, okay, its lips. Next, he licked grandfather's hands and only sprang away when a leopard in the next case snarled at him. Grandfather shooed the leopard away and the tiger returned to lick his hands. But every now and then the leopard would rush at the bus and the tiger would slink back to his corner. Okay, so here grandfather was doing like that, okay, stroking his head and lips, okay, ears. But when he was doing like that, the leopard in the next case started snarling at him, okay, whom? Timothy. And grandfather showed that leopard away. And the tiger returned to lick his hands again. But every now and then the leopard would rush at the bars of the next cage and starting snarling at the tiger. And whatever tiger was doing, it would slink back, move back to its corner. So after that, what happened? A number of people had gathered to watch the reunion when a keeper pushed his way through the crowd and asked grandfather what was doing. Okay, later number of people, a crowd means number of people gathered there. Why? To watch the reunion when a keeper pushed his way through the crowd. So the keeper of the Jew pushed his way through that crowd and he asked grandfather what he was doing there at that cage with the tiger, right? Then what grandfather said? I am talking to Timothy, said grandfather. Weren't you here when I gave him to the Jew 6 months ago? Then grandfather told that keeper that he was talking to Timothy. Those were having conversation, right? Then he asked again, weren't you there here when I gave Timothy to the Jew 6 months ago? 6 months ago I gave this tiger to your Jew. Okay, weren't you there or not at that time? He asked. I haven't been here very long, said the surprised keeper. Please continue your conversation. Okay, so the keeper said that he hasn't been there very long. Okay, recently he joined. Okay, then he said to please continue their conversation. But I have never been able to touch him by myself. He is always very bad tempered. And again what he said about Timothy, he never dared enough to touch Timothy. Why? He is always, here he refers the tiger Timothy was always in very bad tempered, means always it was angry. Okay, that's why he never dared enough to touch Timothy. Then why don't you put him somewhere else, suggested grandfather. That leopard keeps frightening him. I will go and see the superintendent about it. Then grandfather suggested that keeper, why don't he put him somewhere else? Which one? Tiger. Why? Because that leopard keeps on frightening the tiger, right? Okay, then the grandfather said that he will go and see the superintendent and will suggest the same. Okay, grandfather went in search of the superintendent of the Jew. Then our grandfather went in search of the superintendent of the Jew, but found that he had gone home early. And so after wandering about the Jew for a little while, he returned to Timothy's case to say goodbye. It was beginning to get dark. Okay, 15th paragraph, children. Okay, our grandfather went in search of superintendent of Jew. Why? To suggest, okay, to shift our tiger's cage from there. Why? The leopard always frightening it, right? But he did not find the Jew keeper, okay, because he had gone home early, right? Then after wandering in the Jew for a little while, again he returned to Timothy's case to say goodbye. Okay, it was beginning to get dark also. That's why he wanted to leave and he wanted to say goodbye to Timothy. Then what happened? He had been stroking and slapping Timothy for about 5 minutes again when he found another keeper observing him with some alarm. Okay, alarm means fear. And while he was stroking Timothy, about 5 minutes later he found another keeper, okay, who was observing them with some fear. Why, grandfather recognized him as the keeper who had been there when Timothy had first come to the Jew. So he was the keeper at the time, okay, when grandfather left Timothy there in the Jew, right? Then, you remember me, said grandfather. Then grandfather asked that second keeper, you remember me? No, why don't you transfer Timothy to another cage away from this stupid leopard? So grandfather suggested the same to the second keeper also. What? To transfer Timothy to another cage. Okay, away from that stupid leopard. But sir, stammered the keeper, it is not your tiger. Okay, but what the keeper said? Stammered. Stammered means taking many pauses like this, see children. But sir, okay, sir, okay, it is not your tiger, like that he stammered. I know, said grandfather testily. Impatiently, grandfather told that he knew. What? I realized he is no longer mine. I know that it is no longer mine, okay, but you might at least take a suggestion or two from me. Then why don't you consider my suggestions? Please change the tiger's cage, okay, from here to somewhere, because that stupid leopard is always frightening it. I remember your tiger very well, said the keeper. He died 2 months ago. Died? Exclaimed grandfather. But the second keeper told grandfather, I remember, sir, your tiger was very well, but he died 2 months ago. What did he say? That Timothy was dead 2 months ago only. Then grandfather exclaimed, okay, in shock and surprise, he exclaimed, like he shouted, died? He said, yes, sir, of pneumonia. This tiger was trapped in the hills only last month and he is very dangerous. Then what the second keeper said? Yes, sir, your tiger was dead because of pneumonia. Okay, and this tiger was trapped in the hills only last month. This was another tiger, not Timothy. And he is very dangerous also. And this tiger is very dangerous also. Okay. So, how Timothy was dead, children? Because of pneumonia. Pneumonia means infection in lungs. Okay, that is respiratory disease, children. Okay, problem in respiratory system. Right. So, our poor Timothy was dead. Okay. Then grandfather could think of nothing to say on hearing this. What the second keeper said now? That your Timothy was dead 2 months ago only. This is another tiger, like that. So grandfather could think of nothing to say. The tiger was still licking his arm with increasing relish, with more happiness. Okay, it was licking grandfather's arm. Grandfather took what seemed to him an age to withdraw his hand from the cage. Okay, but that time grandfather thought that it was an age, means it was the time to withdraw his hand from the cage. But with his face near the tigers, he mumbled. Okay, he said in low voice. What did he say to the tiger? Good night, Timothy. He said, good night, Timothy, while he was about to leave the Jew. And giving the keeper a scornful look, means without any respect, with a disrespectful look he had with the keeper, and walked briskly, okay, fastly, he walked out of the Jew. But he said goodbye to Timothy, right? Good night, Timothy, he said, right? Why? Because he thought that it was his tiger, Timothy only. So children, this is all about a tiger in the house. Okay, Timothy, hope all of you understood.